Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the April 1st edition of Reviews. Today, if you're a gamer, I have a couple suggestions for you. It'll save you time, money, aggravations, and a whole bunch of headaches. So this is the video for you, and we'll start right after this. Okay, hello everyone. If we haven't met before, my name is John Bell. I'm a retired school teacher and now full-time YouTuber. This is the third video in the series of how to make a budget setup for YouTube. And I'll review the playlist here with you in a second. There you go. Okay, video one was how I used this HDMI switcher to control my cameras. And then video two was this is how I wanted to video one was how I wanted it to be set up. Video two was what I actually had to do to get it to be set up the way I want it. And this is video three now. My gamer switching setup for XSPLIT Broadcaster. Okay. I think we'll go over and I'll show you the products that I'm talking about here. Okay, this is the product. This is the 4-port switcher that I'm talking about in this video. And as you can see, it has 4 inputs and 1 output. It has the ability to pass through 4K at 60 Hertz video. It uses HDMI 2.0 connectors, which are the full-size HDMI that you're all familiar with. And it also has the ability to pass through 3D and up to 1080p. So it has all your future needs covered there too. Also, another thing we're going to be talking about here is this Hornatech HDMI video capture device. You can see the price here is $80. And this is on Amazon. And there's links to all these products below. So you don't have to worry about writing any of this down. Okay. So this is the third video in this series. I'll leave a card up here for you with links to the first 2 videos in case you want to see them also. This is when I actually showed the actual hookup of it and how it worked and everything. Right now I want to review with you a little PowerPoint that I've made. And so okay, this is how I originally wanted this to work. I wanted to hook up 4 different HDMI inputs to this and then have it go to my monitor. And of course, one of the inputs would have been the video output from the computer, so I could still use my monitor as a monitor. Okay. Didn't work out that way because I found out that the screen capture with XSPLIT, I'm sure it's not just XSPLIT, it's any screen capture software, it didn't really capture the screen, okay? Because I hooked it up like this and it worked fine. I could put all these different inputs on the screen, but when I went to record, the only thing that was recording was, as I was switching all these inputs, the only thing that was still recording was my desktop. because I came to the conclusion that the screen capture does not capture what's on your screen. It captures what the computer says should be on your screen. Okay? Just because I take and throw stuff on the screen doesn't mean it's going to capture it. Okay? So we had to redesign this, got rid of this HDMI cable. Don't go anywhere with it because you'll need it again in a few minutes. And I put in this capture device here, which is a Hornetech 1080p 60 frames per second HDMI to USB 3.0 video capture device. Okay, then I had to hook up the HDMI cable, one of the ones we just unhooked. And with the capture device comes a USB 3.0 cable to your computer. So that's how you get the streaming video into your computer. Then, of course, I had to remove this here because that obviously wasn't going to work. And I had to put the HDMI cable up here directly to the monitor. Now, the beauty of this is whatever this 4-port switcher, okay, is on goes immediately to the capture device. It's captured, sent to the computer, and you monitor it on your monitor. Okay, very simple. Now, this is the setup that some of you might be using now. Okay, here's a list of the supported capture cards: Avermedia, Elgato, Hoppage, and Razer. Okay. Drawback to these is some are quite expensive, okay, for one thing. So anyhow, if this is the setup you're normally using now, I suggest we make a change. We don't need this pass-through on the capture device anymore to go to the monitor, because you're using the monitor just to monitor the game. Okay, so we can get rid of that cable. Don't go anywhere with it. We get rid of this cable. We unplug the headphones from the capture device. We no longer use it for our audio input. We go straight to the computer with it. Okay? And you can monitor the output, the audio output of your feed through your headphones. Okay, something that you weren't able to do here, okay, by having it just the microphone going to the capture device. You had no way of monitoring it. There was no audio on the monitor. Okay. All the audio that was off the game and what you were saying was going to the computer. Okay, so now I take the computer HDMI video out, hook it up to the monitor with an HDMI cable. Okay, and now I'm going to put in this 4-port HDMI switcher here. And I'll use one of the HDMI cables to hook it up. All there is on this device is a HDMI in, a USB 3.0 out, nothing else. So now I can hook the Xbox back up to this splitter, and I can add a Wii, and I could add a PS4, I could add any HDMI output. Okay, it doesn't matter. It could be a game, another game. It could be Nintendo Switch. It could be a camera. It could be a DVD player. It doesn't matter. And of course, these are all connected with HDMI cables. So this is the final setup on how it works. Now, here is a gamer what you have to be concerned about. Okay? Does it look like this behind your computer? Okay. How about this? Okay. And when you say, my video capture device, what do I got plugged into that? I think I got my Wii plugged into it. I need to put my Xbox on it. Well, let's see. Where is it? Is this it? No. Oh, there it is. There. Okay. Now, where's the cable for the Xbox? Is this it here? I don't know. I forget. No, that's a USB. Maybe this is it here. Okay. Those days are all done with. Okay. You only have to hook this up once. Okay. Your cable management is a dream. So don't be like this guy. Don't get flustered. Don't get aggravated. And for sure, don't be like this guy. Okay. I'm sure none of you here in the back of your computer looks like this, although some of you are probably pushing it pretty well. Okay, so here I'm just briefly going to run through this for you on the setup again. This is the gamer setup now. Okay, you take your Xbox, your Wii, your PS4, your other games. Okay, all with the HDMI cables to this one box. You do it once, you never have to touch them again. You might have to turn the Xbox on. If it's off, you have to hit the power button. But this box has a remote, an infrared remote. And the beauty about this is you can mount this off your desktop, put it on a shelf, hang it on the wall, anywhere that the remote to it can access that box. Okay? So you can automatically switch. So as you're recording, you could switch from an Xbox to a Wii to a PS4 to something else. Whatever you send this capture card here, it's going to record. I recommend the Hornatech 1080p 60 frames per second HDMI to USB 3.0 as a game capture device. It's a lot cheaper than these. Okay. B, it has the ability 1080p at 60 frames a second. Not many of these do. Okay. And of course, using it this way, your cable management is a lot easier. You no longer have to plug and unplug games. You just press a button on the remote. That's it. And then, of course, from the computer, HDMI video out. We need a cable to our monitor. Okay. So this is the final setup. And of course, this other game down here, it could also be any other HDMI input. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that's it basically. In a nutshell, there'll be a card up here appearing for the next video in this series, which will be how I can do this, the audio, how I can switch it. Okay, control up to 4 audio inputs or outputs, either way. And so the card will be up here. Until that video gets made, though, this card will be referring to whatever YouTube thinks is appropriate for you to see next, based on your viewing habits. When that video is done, I'll come back and I'll change that card to have the first video of the audio series in there. So, all the links are down in the description for the products. If you click on them, it'll take you right to Amazon. The thing, you can buy it or not buy it, or just look and, you know, whatever. And there's also links to my gear that I use in the production of all my videos. And so until next time, see you around.